Olá, estamos começando mais um Nuclearcast. Eu sou Marlla Sabino, repórter da Agência Estado. Estou aqui a convite da Abidam para uma série de conversas sobre tecnologia nuclear. Nessa edição, a gente vai receber o presidente do escritório da Rosatom para a América Latina, Ivan Dybov. Mr. Dybov, it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is mine.
Can you use the microphone? Of
Yes.
course. Okay, thank you
Great.
so much. To start, could you tell us a little bit about Rosatom and the cooperation with Brazil in Latin America, please?
Our office was established in 2015, and firstly, our business here in Brazil starts from sector of nuclear medicine, because we already several years supplying isotopes for Brazil for production of radiopharmaceuticals that help to fight with cancer here in Brazil, and we're really proud to say that Rosatom contributing a lot of cancer treatment here in Brazil. So it was our first business here. We have good partnership with company IPEN. We supply isotopes for IPEN every week, and we really would like to continue this fruitful cooperation in future. But recently we won several bids to supply enrichment uranium to production of fuel, nuclear fuel here in Brazil for nuclear power plant Angra, and we're really happy because it make our cooperation in nuclear energy sector very strong with Brazil for many years. We have long-term contracts, and we already made the first delivery within this contract, and everything going fast. And now we see new perspective to work in Brazil in different area as well.
You answer a lot of my questions, but we will be talking about these points that you were talking. You talk about nuclear power plant and the long-term contract. Can you tell us about this contract? What is it? And I think it's the first year of the contract. And we have a change in the government in Brazil this year. So can you talk about that, please?
Yes, before we used to have some spot contract to supply natural uranium for Brazil for production of fuel. But it was launched last year several bids for long-term contracts, not only to supply natural uranium, but also supply of enrichment services. So now we supply enrichment uranium for production of fuel for nuclear power plant Ankara. It's quite a big contract. If we put everything together, it's almost $500 million for 5 years. It's a quite big cooperation. Yeah, and I would like to emphasize that actually now situation on the market of nuclear fuel and nuclear fuel elements, uranium, not very easy. And actually you can see that there are not so many uranium available. But anyway, we gave to Brazil the best prices, even low the market, because we really would like to establish a very good strategic cooperation in this area.
In Latin America, can you talk about that? I know that Rosatom is in other countries in expanding other business. Can you tell?
Yes, also we supply enrichment uranium together with our partner from USA to nuclear power plant in Mexico, and we have a quite big contract there. Also, we have a big project of construction nuclear research center in Bolivia, and this center will include research reactor, irradiation center. It will include cyclotron, and we're already very advanced in this project, and it's almost finished. We making now the final part of this project is research reactor itself. And we have some isotope supply to Argentina. We considering several projects in nuclear medicine sector with Nicaragua. And you know that we have big cooperation with USA. We're supplying also enrichment uranium to USA. and our cooperation very strong, and we fulfilling our obligation.
Okay. Brazilian government talking about nuclear power plant. The Brazilian government is analyzing about it's interesting to finish the Angra 3 power plant in Rio de Janeiro. How could the company Rosatom participate in this project, and are you analyzing this too?
I will be absolutely honest with you. For us, it's quite a complicated decision because it's nuclear power plant construction was stopped already a long time. It's not our project. We don't know a lot about this project, and it's already a lot of equipment. Almost all equipment already purchased. So for us, it's difficult to propose something in this project. So I believe that in general for the country it's good project because it will increase demand of uranium. It will give markets to also to developing project for extraction uranium here, mining uranium here in Brazil. So in general for sector it's perspective, but for Rosatom maybe it's not so priority project. For us more interesting project with our design. And maybe you know that Rosatom it's only company that already have in commercial exploitation small nuclear reactor. It's on a floating nuclear reactor. It's already in Russia several years produce electricity for city in Russia, and we believe that we know that there are many discussions about such project here in Brazil, so we believe that we can establish good cooperation in this area and suggest our solution, small reactor here in Brazil. But also we open to discussion about big nuclear power plant, but it should be our design nuclear power plants.
As you say, you see a lot of possibilities in Brazil, actually. So, can you talk about more about that? Like, is there interesting and prospects for expanding this cooperation with Brazil, Rosatom, and Brazil? How do you see this in the future, in the next years?
Yes, we can see that economy of Brazil is developing. We can see that it's a lot of interest for Brazilian economy from many investors, and we believe that it will be growing. And it's not about energy sector itself. We already have experience to work in nuclear medicine sector, and now we considering to propose to Brazil a project of developing nuclear medicine sector, and we're ready to invest our money in this project together with state or some private partners. So to produce radiopharmaceuticals with international standards here in Brazil, to make access for treatment of cancer easy to everybody, to make more procedures. And we believe that we already have experience in this area, can suggest more in this area. So we're now considering this project and trying to find partner to make this project here in Brazil. But also, as I told, we have already experience to supplying uranium. So we believe that it could be maybe an interesting project with INB in mining of uranium, in maybe some treatment of some problematic mines that need to be turned in totally safe condition. So in back end, so believe that there are a lot of perspective. And first of all, it could be nuclear power plant. That our idea to make, not to sell nuclear power plant to Brazil, but to develop together with Brazil some project of, for example, small nuclear power plant, because we have our own version. We would like to have tropical version of nuclear power plant that will be used in tropical area in hot conditions. So together with Brazilian companies, we can develop this project to make this project not Russian, but
Brazil, because
like
it's
Russian Brazilian, and to maybe not to construct this not only in Brazil, but to construct it in different Latin American countries, sell it together. We know that maybe our solution could be interesting for Amazonia. For example, now Brazilian government have a big program of decarbonization.
yes.
And also we're trying to save Amazon forest. And nuclear power, like floating nuclear power plants could be a good solution because you don't need to cut tree to put nuclear power plants to make all infrastructure. You can just bring it by river to connect it. It will produce electricity and to push it back to change fuel. So it could be minimum impact for nature in this area.
And it's already possible to do that. Like it's
Yes.
real. So what are we expecting to do that?
Yes, it's really real. We're proud to say that we actually can have it in Russia, so we can invite you and show how it's work, because we have already this nuclear power plant already in exploitation. We respect our competitors, but they normally have this on the paper like project. We can show how it works. It's produce already electricity, it's don't have any accidents, and it's safe.
Okay, this sounds great.
Yes.
I want to see that.
Yes, you're welcome.
Mr. Dybov, it's a pleasure have you here. Thank you so much for the conversation, and thank you.
Thank you very much.